Adric, the guy who just lost on Rhythm Wars. Yeah. But I told you, hapa hakuna losers, everybody's a winner. This one is called Motion featuring Selassie Kend.
Shout out to Team Adric, by the way.
Yeah, man.
Who boys there? I actually thought he was from Congo or something.
Because
that's why nilikuwa namuuliza, can you speak Swahili?
Right. Unajua dancehall lazima kuwe na wewe unafikiri
kuna ego jo.
Unafikiri msanii anaweza kuja kuimba dancehall lazima kuwe na swag, nika hip hop. You can't be there and say I'm the second best rapper. You are not a rapper. You're not a rapper.
No, but when you're in the studio, speak up.
Your attitude,
it's a sign of confidence. Speak up.
Sindio? Unasikia amekuja hapa mazee anasonika kwa Jamaica. You have to. Ni kama sasa you're working to be a doctor, right? When you're in medical school. Mtu watu wanakunyumuita nyumbani daktari.
Hata kama wewe ni upcoming doctor.
Exactly.
Una shine atu wase kwa industry for all these years. Anyway, I really love the engagement tulikuwa now, but I think skiza when you're coming up in the game, mazo lazima uwe confident and speak up, be around, fika kwa studio mapema. You know, this is one
thing. By the way, listen guys, I'm sorry. I am very, very sorry. I apologize. There was a mistake. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. By the way, listen. Hata producer akitaka. But then hata panguza meza. Ndio hiyo story tu hii.
Utafanya kapao.
Yaani kapao sio ni lazima.
Hiyo ni lazima.
Haifanya mara mbili. Lakini
ladies and gentlemen, in studio Big Ted.
Big Ted, man.
No. You guys put some respect. Just say it again.
It's true.
Okay.
Honorable.
United.
United.
Hamtamweza.
Yaani mmesema mtu akikuja hapa yani ajitume aongee na confidence na kila kitu. Alafu yani mnanianzia tu.
Introduce
balozi hapo.
Mazejo.
Sorry. Hata ulisikia vinyo waswali club wako na energy. Skiza. In studio we have current Consul-General to the USA. I'm talking about man like Ted.
That's right. Thank you so much for having me. And apologize one more time to everybody out there.
Karibu sana.
For being late. It's not my time. I just had a confusion.
Have you settled into your new role?
Well, karibu nisemeani skuli naenda lakini wase niko na madeni zao wanataka but I'm off very soon to just take up the role and to just try and make sure that I make Kenyans and Kenya proud out there. You see, we need three things out there. We need a connector, we need an enabler, and we need a communicator. All right? People need to know where Kenya is, and that's one of the biggest things I think which happens when you travel a lot. You meet guys who ask you, "Is Kenya in South Africa?"
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Like there's still a lot of ignorance about Kenya and what Kenya has to offer. So we need somebody out there talking about us. I can see you have the rugby, Kenya Sevens rugby jersey. And they're coming out to play in LA in September. And the idea is that everywhere in the States where the Kenya team plays, we bring out the numbers. Like the Kenyan vibe is alive there. So that's one of the things we're going to do to communicate what Kenya is all about. You know, Nairobi is so unique. It's 1 hour away from everything. 1 hour from the beach, 1 hour from the lake, 1 hour from the desert, 1 hour from the mountain. Like in 1 hour you can be in all these places.
Imagine.
And that's unique, you know. But also the Kenyan vibe. Kenyans have great English. We are well educated and we talk well. So it means anybody who comes in here, if it's a businessman, it's a tourist, you won't have lots of problems, you know. Don't worry, I'll carry it to the Mac guys. And I get them to look at it.
First, before we talk about your new role, because I mean, the first thing is, you know, by the way, congratulations on your new role, and I like that you're coming through with new energy. Someone who's been there understands, you know, what we can be able to put in place for Kenyans to also shine outside there. But story yako ikuanzia injili anzia hapa ndani. You know, for the longest time you were one of the, and you're still one of the top MCs in the country. What, you know, hapo ndo ulianzia, but we want to understand the journey of Big Ted. So mimi najua you were born and raised up in Nairobi. Kuingia hustle yako MC ilikuwaje?
Well, let me just be honest and say that first of all, kukua MC lazima ukwe kimbelembele, una kimbelembele flani. So even whenever there are functions at home, parties or anything, you find yourself in the vibe of everything, you know, just putting stuff together. If I was in Shags, probably I would have been that uncle. You know that kimbelembele uncle who MCs the harambes, the rashos, the what, the one who calls everybody in. So I discovered it just as a by the way, but it went on and I did not look at it like it was actually going to be a career path. Because also by that time, who could even imagine that you'd actually get paid to MC? And I think it was a big problem for me to explain to many of the older guys then, because they would wonder, like, what do you do? You know, you can say I'm a radio presenter, or in the morning you come to the station, you announce. So these guys would, where ni MC State House? Sasa, uko State House, kuna room iko hivi, like in the morning, what do you do? Like, you know, when you go with a kagazeti under your arm, you get inside, like, what do you do? Is there a speaker in a room, or you just check, hello? Like, they couldn't understand, like, what it was all about. And let me just say, I also did not understand it. I just knew that I was set out for greatness in a very different way. And my whole path. And I tell guys, not in a way to brag, but in a way to make you confident that God has a plan for you. And as long as you believe that God has a plan for you, trust me, it's going to come through. Because I think one of the biggest problems is God has a plan for you, but it's like many of us and our folks, you know, they have this big dream for us, but we don't have the same dream. So we cut short the expectation of this big dream. So God has given you a brand new day, every day, and tells you know what, today you can be great. So you're an MC, what do you do? My style of emceeing is very different. It's unpredictable.
Wow.
Which means when I walk into a place, I decide, what do I want to do? Do I want to turn this radio show into my show, and I interview guys? You know, what do I flip? And that's the most important thing about any event that you go to.
And you have a presence, man. Like you take over the room.
God has blessed me. But then, you know, I was bigger than this. I was 168 kgs.
So let's actually talk about that, because like I said, for the longest time, when ulikuwa yani concerts zote ulazima upate Big Ted hapo.
It was actually there's a concert. It was Red Sun was a must. Face painting, Bouncy Castle, and Big Ted. Exactly. Like in any event. Huru Park, where?
And you know, enjoying this vibe. At that point, I'm sure for the longest time ulikuwa nafikiri hapa sasa nishafika. You know, huko najua that kulikuwa na plans zingine huko mbele. Now let's talk about morphing. You know, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Yesterday we had a guest alikuwa amekaa right where you're sitting, and his story was from riches to rags, right? And then actually we should also add, and also rising from that, because uki set your mind in a specific way, and tumeona hiyo ndo challenge ya youth wengi sana, and not even just youth Kenyans, that if mi najulikana kama daktari, so if I lose this job to change my mind into sasa neza kwa mse wa mechanic, hiyo haiwezekani. But you've done that. You've reinvented yourself physically. You've reinvented yourself career wise. How did you do that?
I think in a lesson ya snake na butterfly, and guys need to understand that the snake every najua kuna mtu amesema you're a snake, but every level of life that you go through, you must shed your skin. You know, let me tell you, the guy you met 2 years ago or 1 year ago I'm not that guy. I need to reintroduce myself to you. You know, I've moved to the next level in my mind and everything. For example, and let me tell you, it's like a mountain. I don't know if you guys have ever gone to Ngong Hills. Like the higher you go, the more you see.
True.
So you're not going to be at the first level. You're like, hey, Mazi, I like that tree. It's nice. You go higher, you're like, damn, I actually like the way it looks on top. And then you're like, when you reach the peak, you're like, wow, that's so cool. But you look up, there's another peak. And life is all about just climbing. Let me tell you, you never get there. You never get there. You know, for me, it's been a whole process. So like I was telling you before, like when I started, I actually didn't know what was going on. Okay, so I would do all these things. I never got paid. For me, I was just doing it for fun. You know, just for Big Bear. Let me fast track to my biggest break. My biggest break came in at a concert at the Carnival. Now I used to manage a bus K-South. So we had come from a show at the Ban. We didn't have cash, so we walked all the way to Tao
from Gong Road.
Yes. So when we reached Tao, we're like, it's a show tonight because it's 31st December. I remember a leading beer brand had brought in Shaggy. And so we are like, listen, guys, I'll go early and hustle for you guys. I think you guys just come to, I'll say I'm your manager. That was our hustle. Like we'd walk into a place, I go like, yeah, I'm the manager. So guys talk to the manager, but we all of us know anyway, just all of us in the Kiwanja together, you know, to get into shows for free and everything. So when I got to Carnival, I got there a bit early. So I'm like, hey, I've come with K-South, I'm the manager, I'm in charge and everything. So they say, okay, go backstage. So we go backstage. So while chilling in the backstage, first of all, they pass the dawas, the manyamas and everything. Hey, you guys, we're dishing. We're like, hey, you guys, we've made it. You know, at least this far. Even if they just tell us, go to the crowd, we are okay. We're inside the gig. And at about 8:30, one of the managers comes backstage and goes like, the MC hasn't shown up, Bana.
What?
Bana, we need someone who can announce for me quickly something.
Yeah, what?
Bro, let me tell you something. You always will be at the right place at the right time as long as you're doing the right thing. You'll always be at a place. God will place you at the place whereby the king will spot you. And I believe in that 100%. Even my new place. And I'm telling you now, I'm headed out in a week.
Yeah, damn.
You will hear about me with everybody that you know.
I can't question that.
I have brought all the big reggae artists to Kenya, but I believe they were going to be the stepping stone to my next place. I am already getting calls from guys you cannot imagine. I spoke to a group of guys yesterday, and this guy is a friend to one of the richest guys on earth. And he's like, listen, just land, this guy's gonna meet you, you're gonna have a conversation. So anyway, let me go back. So we go to Kani, the guy says, who'll come up? Of course, teacher me. He says, get on the stage. Guy, I took that mic. I was hungry. I was ready. I was charged up. I said, you know what? I'm gonna kill this crowd.
First MC gig.
On the stage, jumping up and down, playing Issa. Pina was the DJ. I'm like, Pina, listen, we're gonna do a TBT. All right, so just start from those old songs, Adam Naiva, what bring it till now. And guys are dancing and it's crazy. I come backstage, I finished, so I'm like, hey, let me not overdo this thing. I go backstage, I sit down. After a few minutes, the guy comes like, wait, but why are you stopping? Go back. I'm like, what? Back on. The MC never came until 11:30. When he came, he was high. So the manager comes and tells me, listen, don't leave the stage. Listen, this guy is high, so you just continue being there. Sour, do you have dawa? Do you want some more food? Do you want some more? I'm like, give my boys there. So guys are being given dish. Those drinks are being passed around. The guy disappeared again at 1. I'm there. I don't have transport to go home. I don't have anything. So the guy says, just continue just hyping guys to drink, any food and everything. Bro, let me tell you, he was saving me from living there because I didn't have cash for drinks or for food. So me and my boys are getting VIP treatment because of what I'm doing on stage. We finished at about 6. I pushed the show till 6 o'clock. Bro, we just walked again back to Tao. I went to Tani. Okay? No cash. On the next Wednesday, Carnival used to have a rock night. It was on Wednesday. And I used to hang out there with my friends from the Frank, ETC, and many guys. So our hang area was behind the DJ. So I came there, we chill out. Of course, now, hey, guys, I remember, hey, I saw you. You know, it's cool. It feels nice. This is January, because that was 31st. So as we're chilling there, the manager comes, passes, goes like, wewe, mbona ulitoka bila kuniambia? You guys was like, whoa. That dish was not free.
Hey, blanda utachonga viazi, my friend.
Like, this is can you guys? So I said, you know what? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. He tells me, no, go to the cashier, you. So I just, damn, that's a bill. So I said, if I get there and then they show me a bill, I danganya, I'm going to the loo, I disappear. I'll never show up again. I grow a beard and dreads, you know. By the way, unajua usemaga sura isipo itikia eka dread. Anyway,
acha kutukuza masubliminal lava tukataza. Naomba acha kutupa masubliminal lava. I'm defending
So I go to the guy goes like, wait man, you put us into trouble, bana. So I'm like, what did I do? The guy tells me, listen, sign here. I look at it, it's 75 Gs. Bro, this is 20 years ago. I'm like, somebody was paid 150 Gs to just talk here. I'm like, that guy got how much? Says, you're giving half of what the guy did. The guy did, because it was his gig, he was just cut you out for half. I was like, what? I put the cash in my pocket. Guy disappeared. I just went, took a cab. I said, these guys might follow me to West.
You still didn't believe it.
Yes. And I never went to Kanye again for 2-3 months. But they kept on calling me. And it became any event they have at the carnival, they must call Big Ted. So that's how I got into that whole thing of it's just Big Ted. Chagula Tinis came up, I went in. And let me tell you something. Hii ndio kitu ma youth fanya mistake. Watu wataka kujituma. Okay? Na pia ukishajituma, mayouth wanagani kama nimejituma ya kutosha, sahi lazima nilipwe. Let me tell you, your time will come. Hata matunda uripe. kwa mti.
True.
All right? Haitakuwa sahi. Hata avocado wala unakulaga avocado. I don't eat avocados. But hata ukichukua ile haijaiva, but you can wait for it. It will on its own self. It will ripe. Trust me, all your opportunities ziko ripe. All right? When the time is right, the thing will come out to you.
But what did you tell yourself zile siku ulikuwa unajidoubt? Because I can see you have so much confidence.
Well,
you know, but I'm sure kulikuwa nezo days.
Number one, those days remember Dak was not handsome. My brown boys walikuwa namaliza streets. You know? And then I'm from Eastlands, okay? I was just like another guy. So ilikuwa lazima we bring something else to the table apart from just being a human being. Apart from breathing na nini ingine unaleta hapa.
So ilikuwa nini ulikuwa unaleta kwa timu?
Number one, mimi mnoma sana mchongwano. And then I have the gift of gab. But also what I've done with my life.
What's gab to somebody who doesn't understand?
Well, gab is I'm able to, I don't know if I can use the word on air, but I'm able, it's the art.
If you had to ask, you can't use it. If you have to ask, you can't use it.
You're doubting it.
Yeah, it's the art of bullshitting.
Okay.
Hey,
like I can talk you through anything. I actually changed the word. Yeah,
man.
I can talk you through anything. Yeah. But how do you do that? Yeah. Number one, I'm well informed. I read. I pump myself with. I have knowledge that is useless. If I tell you guys the things I know, you'll be like, "Hey, how will that help a guy?" Yeah. But the day will come when I have to deliver that thing on the table, and guys will be like, "Damn, we didn't know you knew this. We didn't know you knew this." And that's one of the other problem we have is that young guys don't want to expand their mind. Unajua kichwa yako ni shamba. All right? Watu wanacha tu shamba. You know, if you leave a garden outside there just with weeds and everything and rocks and stones and sticks, it will never grow. Now, another thing is that you also have to allow yourself to make mistakes. All right? Before you become good at something, you must be bad at it. So I've made blunders on stage. Thank God I've never been booed, but I've almost got there. Yeah. All right? But also, let me fast forward. A show is started in Nairobi, and I'm told, okay, this show is happening. Do you want to go and can you come and MC? It's my friends who are doing it. And I say, okay, cool. I go in and I do a voiceover. Ladies and gentlemen, please, from Nairobi, Kenya, put your hands together for Churchill Show. And then they go like, hey, listen, can you come and MC the gig? I'm like, cool. I go on. They're my friends, so I'm like, I'll do it. So I get in and I'm seeing this show. Then I ask them, okay, is there chums or anything? They go like, you know what, we don't have cash, but what you can do in a month, we'll figure you 20 G's. That means 5K per show. It's every Thursday recording. I drive from my house to that place, I drive back and I have dinner. That 5 G's is not even enough. But in my head, I'm telling myself, you know what, Ted? There are 600 people here every Thursday. Damn. You are the only MC in Kenya with an assured crowd every week. So it means you can rehearse on them. It's true. It means I can try out my jokes. If it doesn't work, I'm like, okay, who cares? You know? And then you have 600 guys as your market. Which means if I stand there and I go like, by the way, guys, I'm available for weddings, 4 guys from the 600
should respond.
Will be like, listen, we'll give you a job or we'll call you or we'll do this. I walk into an event, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm Big Ted, the MC. Oh, yeah, we know you. And everything. The amount of money I was being paid was not commensurate to what I thought or I think I should have been paid. But the opportunity paid it all.
Exactly.
Now, speaking of opportunity, you're now pivoting to another part, another stage in your story and representing Kenya globally. How do you think this story yenye umetupatia yote imekuprepare for this opportunity?
Number one, I'm not afraid of anybody. Or anything. Okay? Number two, I'm so packed up and prepared. Kwambox, I am so ready to meet anybody and I can pitch Kenya. And I can pitch opportunity. I can pitch the creative economy. I mean, do you think it was just by mistake that the president said, you go to LA? No, it's the capital of entertainment. I mean, Hollywood is just down the road. But 5 years ago, I set up something called the Creative Economic Council of Kenya, which brought together all the creative associations. Now, I am so knowledgeable about film, and I'm not a filmmaker. Meaning that I can sit with anybody and talk film. I can talk entertainment. I can talk the current trends that are happening. I sit with millennials. Last week I had this meeting with all the big influencers on TikTok and everything and all that. And I am so informed now that if I sit with the TikTok CEO right now, I'm able to tell him what we want Kenya.
Yeah.
You know, we want monetization for Kenya.
Yeah.
We want monetization for the guys who are on Facebook, on Instagram.
Yeah.
We will need to be paid like the guys in the States, you know, because that's how our guys will earn a living.
Yeah.
You know, there's no use of me getting a 1 cent per click. Yet a guy in the States is getting $50 or $20, you know? Yeah. So I will sit in a meeting and be able to talk to those guys. Now, what else? I believe because my God is a bit different.
Okay.
Now, anything I do, I pray to God. And I always tell God when I finish, I've prayed in your name. It is your CV to make. If you don't want, guys will say, your things don't work. I am sure I will step into rooms that the Kenyan creatives will never step into. But my responsibility is as I step in there to represent all of you. And go like, listen, we have these guys in Kenya who want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Netflix, we want better pay. We want our guys to get X amount of money. Can we just do a channel for Kenya or for East Africa? There are 380 million people in East Africa. You don't need, even this radio show, we don't need 380 million listeners. They'll crash our servers. We just want 1 million.
Wow.
So the economies of scale are there. We just have to harness them, and we have to get ourselves into places that... My last thing is inspiration.
Wow,
There's a kid somewhere right now who's in a hopeless state. And he's thinking, you know what, I've tried. This thing is not working. There's somebody somewhere right now as we speak, hajapiga keroma.
Yeah, man.
Unaona? So the guy is like, listen, ase wanabonga tu, ndaka waache kubonga waeke reggae. Mimi ndaka kusikiza reggae, sitaki story mob, unaona? Ndaka tu yani zinishikie tu mdogo yani. But one of the things that I want to tell you is, listen, there's a plan. God has a plan for you. Kitu tu unafaa kufanya, focus. Namba ya mwisho kama naweza sema.
Please do.
Juzi nimekuwa na best yangu fulani aitwa Paps, talking about social media and everything. I just took a break for 2 months of social media. And the idea was because the pressure on social media can lead you to do things that will never benefit you.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
So me and Kwambox are here just throwing our legs and kapow and everything. But we're not telling you that we have 5 gigs this week, which we have to go hustle in so we can live how we're living. We're not telling you we have debts that somebody is calling you right now. You have actually put your phone on airplane because there's a guy on your back. You know, we're not telling you that you failed. You feel like you failed in some area in your life, that you have dreams and ambitions. For example, I want to go to school. But maze books maze ugas nanilemea. Unaona naona maze kuchop inaleta noma. But I know I must do it to get to the next level that I want to go to. So I have a plan. Okay? So everybody, there is nobody who is immune to the trials and tribulations of life. Hakuna. Na usidanganywa ati uchalia na chapa nini. Wewe angalia wadosi wote Kenya. Jamani mdosi lakini bado sijui ana nini. Like everybody, God hasn't given you 100%. God amepatia kila mtu 99. Hiyo 1% una like yangu, wewe uko nayo tayari. All right? I learned how to play the guitar, I forgot. Okay? But there's a guy right now, mtaani hana hizi vitu zote lakini ana play guitar. So nataka kucheza guitar.
Finally, I mean, there's so much to learn from you, and I'm really excited because especially because you know, you're someone who's coming from the creative space.
But I don't wish to leave the studio. Hakuna cha finally. Tumeongezwa 20 minutes.
Ngoja kwanza. Nikupatie a final comment. We're going into an election. Na tumekuwa tukiongea na my youth juu ya making the right decisions. What you've been outside and you've been inside. What advice would you give a youth that is going to vote maybe for the first time, or maybe they voted for the second time and they feel apathy, they already were registered lakini wanasema they are not going to show up for one reason or the other? Advice yako ya kwa youth ni gani?
All right, number one, thank you. Before I came to speak, I had you run our ads. I'm the chairman, actually, of Elections Bill and Noma, nice. That whole campaign. And one of the things I need to tell the youth, listen, is that future ni yako. Okay, you can't mess up your future now for guys who've already lived their lives. All right, so don't get emotional about this thing. Okay, do the right thing. Enda upige kura, ishia mtaani, weka series, jibambe na series. Okay, because elections come and go. Every 5 years, elections come and elections go. Just do the right thing. Okay? Na pia, lazima interrogate the facts. Okay? Be a wise voter. Okay? interrogate the facts. I was talking to a friend of mine who's just running for the first time. Na akaniambia maze ameumizwa sana na hii campaign. Amesema haoni akiran tena. Anasema yana anasikia uchungu because yeye alikuja na morali ya kusaidia watu. Lakini watu wanamkula seti wanaonda kado. Unaona? So anauliza, okay, how will I ever help these guys? All right? So for the young guys out there, listen. Do the right thing. Go out there, vote for your leaders. Interrogate your leaders. Make sure that each and every person that you put in there atakurepresent. Because remember, usikuja kutuzushia hapa after 5 years. Usituambie ati leaders wanatufanyia hivi, wanatunyanyasa. Ni wewe umepiga kura ama ni wewe hukupiga kura. Because hata kutopiga kura ni kupiga kura.
All right. I don't have time.
Thank you so much, Big Ted, for making time to be here with us this morning. And I can tell a lot of people, I can see a lot of people online when you understand so many amazing comments. Big Ted has just empowered me this morning. It's never by coincidence. God has a plan for you as long as you do the right thing. Okay. Show me, Shika.
I mean, I had more questions, but OG.
You can always ask them off air.
You know what, Ted?
98.8 FM, Nyeri. On Vibes Radio.